welcome back with another banger. Hit that like, sub it up, don't react, bounce. Hit that like, sub it up, don't react, bounce. Y'all feel me? Let's run it.
So I looked into the space technology that helped capture Maduro, and it is fucking insane. Guys, if there was like any ounce of privacy left in the world, it's gone. Geospatial intelligence, or GeoInt, combines satellite imagery, maps, GPS data, and now AI to understand what is happening, where it's happening, and what is changing over time. Basically, they tracked Maduro's habits for 4 months, and even though he got rid of his burner phone, slept in a new place every night, they could still follow him to a fort carved into the side of a mountain. Satellites from various orbits can show fine details down to the ground level. They can also pick up heat signatures like Predator, and clouds aren't going to save your ass either, because radar can look through that. Satellites can visit the same spot multiple times a day, and because of the use of AI, it can more rapidly track change. GeoInt tracked everything about Maduro months before the raid, including his security, so that combined with human and signal intelligence is how he got captured. So this technology isn't new, but with how much cheaper it's becoming to launch shit into space, which means more satellites, combined with the now use of AI to rapidly analyze the data, there will literally be nowhere for anyone to hide. Of course, the same technology does a lot of good for us. It tracks weather, climate science, public health, and even natural disasters, which goes to show that technology isn't good or bad. It just depends on how it's used.
I definitely agree. It's how it's used. Shout out to Cal Panapot, bringing huge insight onto how they captured this dude. That's insane. I'm convinced there's no way you can run. There's no way you can hide. If they want you, they gonna get you. They're using satellites with AI. That's that Call of Duty.
So it looks like the First Amendment isn't worth shit anymore now that people are getting arrested for simply sharing their opinion on our president's war crimes in Venezuela. In this upcoming video taken in Michigan, this person is arrested just for sharing their opinion.
Not just in a foreign issue, it's our tax dollars that are also being used to commit these war crimes. It is also the duty of us, the people, to stand against the Trump regime, the Trump administration that are committing crimes both here in the U.S. and against people in Venezuela.
Now, in the background of this interview, you could see that police car, and now right here we're showing you video we have. Immediately after the interview finished, Plickta was arrested by 2 Grand Rapids police officers. You can see it in the video, and an officer tells Plickta that she is being arrested for obstructing a roadway and failure to obey a lawful command from a police officer. You can see as she's taken away.
Don't let this discourage you. It shows that we are doing something right. We are upsetting the regime so much that they feel the need to arrest us over words. That means the regime is backed into a fucking corner. The court of public opinion only gets stronger. You may not be feeling optimistic, but to me, this looks like the administration is flailing. We can get ourselves out of jail, but can they get themselves out of this one? They only fall deeper and deeper into unconstitutional, and there will be hell to pay for that.
Yo, I've never seen someone get arrested after doing a news interview. Obstruction in the street, she was on the sidewalk. Yo, that's wild. She was shocked as well. She looked pretty peaceful. I mean, I wish there was more context, but you see in the interview. Wow. Shout out to Alter Boogie.
And you can see from behind me, this is a recreation of the tent where Charlie Kirk lost his life at Utah University in September, and people are taking selfies with it.
I can't. I cannot. I am not capable of whatever that. When I saw this, I realized I do not know enough words. I had to consult a thesaurus, and I still could not land upon the correct adjective to describe how I felt when I saw that tent. People taking selfies under a recreation. I don't know if it's actually the tent. It looks like it's pretty old, or a tent that Charlie died under. That's what was happening at Amfest. Horrified. I was aghast. I don't think I ever described myself as aghast. I was aghast. It was ghastly to look at that and to realize that they made a conscious decision to allow that to happen. To what end? The person who approved this tent was the amazing Elizabeth McCoy. Potentially more amazing than her husband, Michael McCoy. Elizabeth McCoy was the person who approved this tent, so there's no way that they can come out and pretend like Erica didn't know this was happening, because she's very close with Elizabeth McCoy. Okay, she's very close with her. So for everybody on the outside looking into this, Amfest is when we realized that something very disturbing is happening in America. I feel like Amfest is, or what it did for me was it contributed to my realization that the future, the dark future that everyone's always predicting, like the AI future, it's here. We're actually here. I think that we are fighting machines.
A lost and abandoned city of the old world, with no greater evidence of this melted and buried post-apocalyptic realm we live in. These are the ruins of Ani in Armenia, Turkey. One can only imagine how much deeper these structures go, or how grand this city once was, complete with its own star fort and a church smack dab in the middle of it. And surprising yet, the intricate cave system, hand-carved, or at least they say hand-carved into the side of the mountain here. There is much buried beneath our feet. This was one city I believe left abandoned after the reset, and never came back to. History is nothing more than a set of lies agreed upon, and then sold to us as unquestionable truths. Research the mud flood and fall of Tartaria.
Very interesting. Shout out to the I'm the Improbable Dreamer. The city of Ani is now modern-day Armenia, Turkey. Between the staves and the star fort, definitely makes you wonder.
Yo, what's going on in Turkey? There was this huge storm with lightning and thunder, and a face appeared in the sky. Check it out. And it looks like the face of a certain dictator, if you know what I'm getting at. But they thought that it was a demon and everyone was freaking out and panicking. What do you see? Let me know in the comments below.
That's the first thing that came to mind. That face of the dictator. That was pretty wild. Shout outs to Lynn's Spooky Corner with this great catch. What's crazy is we just talking about Turkey with I'm the Improbable Dreamer in the city of Ani. And now this, that's wild.
Colombia is very sick too, run by a sick man who likes making cocaine and selling it to the United States. And he's not going to be doing it very long, let me tell you.
What does that mean? He's not going to be doing it very long.
He's not doing it very long. He has cocaine mills and cocaine factories. He's not going to be doing it very long.
So there will be an operation by the U.S. and...
It sounds good to me. And Cuba is ready to fall. You know? Yes. Cuba looks like it's ready to fall. I don't know if they can hold up. But Cuba now has no income. They got all of their income from Venezuela, from the Venezuelan oil. They're not getting any of it. And Cuba literally is ready to fall. And you have a lot of great Cuban Americans that are going to be very happy about this.
Are you considering U.S. action in Cuba?
We're not. I think it's just going to fall. I don't think we need any action. It looks like it's going down. It's going down for the count. You ever watch a fight?
Yeah.
They go down for the count. And Cuba looks like it's going down. By the way, you have to do something with Mexico. Mexico has to get their act together because they're pouring through Mexico, and we're going to have to do something. We'd love Mexico to do it. They're capable of doing it, but unfortunately the cartels are very strong in Mexico. We need Greenland from a national security situation. It's so strategic. Right now, Greenland is covered with Russian and Chinese ships all over the place. We need Greenland from the standpoint of national security. And Denmark is not going to be able to do it, I can tell you.
If you think what's going on in Venezuela is because Trump wants their oil, come have a seat. China depends on cheap oil from Venezuela, Iran, and Russia. Venezuela's now out, and China was getting about 400,000 barrels a day from them. China's been getting about 1.5 million barrels a day from Iran, but they've been actively protesting the regime. China has an oil reserve for about 90 days. If they stop getting oil from Venezuela and Iran, it goes down to about 45 days. That's not enough oil to handle a naval blockade. That means they're not capable of fighting a war. Now President Trump says he needs to take over Greenland. That would block China from getting oil from Russia's Arctic, the North Atlantic, and Europe. China imports about 70% of their oil. This would make oil very expensive, and it would hurt their economy. This has nothing to do with the US wanting to take over their oil. We have enough. This is a strategic puzzle piece so that China can't.
There's a lot of war strategy going on right now. It's like a big game of chess. Like Battleship. I do agree. Shout out to Idaho MAGA Mom.
Colombian president said, come get me, coward. I'm waiting for you here. You gonna threaten me? Man, show me you stand on business. That was a nefarious, Mephistophelian decision and a deadly one. Do you understand the type of circumstances that we in right now? We on the way. Are you fucking crazy?
Factories. He's not going to be doing it.
So there will be an operation by the U.S.
It sounds good to me. Yeah. You know why? Because they kill a lot of people. Yeah.
I don't think you fully grasp the situation here. They said we invaded bro because of this response. They're like, hey man, he's mocking you. We've had our shit lined up. Time to hit the button. She was like, wait, is he doing my dance? Oh yeah, we on the way. Bye Venezuela. But he threatened 4 different countries in one plane ride. Cuba
is ready to fall. You know?
Yes. How happy that next to dust ass scumbag was when he said Cuba. We on the way. Venezuela the second time.
Still prepared.
That's off the table now.
No, it's not. If they don't behave, we will do a second show.
Colombia and Greenland. One plane ride. The world should take warning. Right now, in the next couple months, it's not time to be froggy and jump because this military mission went too flawlessly for Trump. So everybody can get that smoke immediately and expeditiously fast. And so for you to call them out, hey, I like that you're calling out Israel. Now's not the time. This man that's in the White House right now thinks he's playing Call of Duty. He has 0 deaths in his last Venezuelan mission. He's okay with a couple. He's going to drag you out your fucking crib. Like, you should be calling up China and Iran and Russia and be like, yo, are you gonna defend us? I need help. How we just move, groove, vibe, slide in Venezuela, EMP, black out the whole city. You don't think we're gonna do that to y'all? Like, this man's nothing to be fucked around with right now. I don't agree with anything that he's doing, but to think that you can threaten the US after what the fuck they just did to Venezuela, they're proving our military is still fucking elite. We may have a maniac and somebody that's brain dead in the White House, but he's going to make brain dead and maniac decisions. Now they're going to paint you as a drug purchaser, saying that you are putting cocaine and fentanyl directly into this country. Then they're going to say, well, we found some machine guns. He's supporting the cartel. Now they're going to carry out law enforcement, which really means our military's on the fucking way to drag you out. And there's nothing you could do about it because we've already moved the goalpost here in America. Before it was no more regime changes. We're not going to run any more countries. Now they figured out that his cult doesn't give a fuck. So it's like, oh yeah, we are actually going to run this. And we're going to invest a lot of money into this because our people don't care. They trust that we're going to build this country up good. And then we're going to deport all the immigrants that have came here back to the country. And we know that's not going to take 3 or 4 years, but we can tell them whatever the fuck we want. These idiots even think when we talk about we're going to make oil money, that it's going to like trickle down to them. I know they've never seen oil money their entire life, but all of a sudden they think now they're going to get some. You get my comment, this is what I voted for. No, you voted for whatever Daddy Trump tells you now.
It's a humorous tone, but it's the truth. Shout out to Lawrence Johnson. And I totally agree with everything he said.
After Maduro was captured by the United States, he was paraded through the streets of New York in a van with the doors wide open, him arrested with soldiers right there. It's just absolutely crazy to me. They paraded a political enemy, a political prisoner, through the streets of New York after capturing him. If this isn't a movie, I don't know what is. This is crazy. And I find it odd that the dude's just like smiling and he has his Nike fleece on and he has his thumbs up. If he's a prisoner, why is he so happy? Well, my theory is that this is all a giant play. It's an act. Yes, the events are very real. Venezuela was bombed. The dude was captured. But at the same time, he's playing a character. Just like our president in the US, he's playing a character. So certain archetypes are being played out on the chessboard in order to foment conflicts and create riches at the top and destruction and starvation and poverty at the bottom. So that's why Saddam Hussein and Maduro look the same. They're playing a character. Entertainment only, I made it up.
Definitely feel where he's coming from. I think it's crazy to just let the media take pictures like that with them doors open. Shout out to Holistic Health Nut 33.
It pains me to say this, but guys, I am leaving TikTok for a few days. The censorship on this platform is getting out of hand. One of the biggest news stories of the decade just broke, and I can hardly cover it. 5 videos removed in 2 days. And they don't even just remove it. They can now just make the videos ineligible for recommendation. And just look what that does. You guys won't even see it. Bro, sometimes I feel like I am at war with the platform that is supposed to be my ally. To date, they have tried to permanently ban my account for reasons we still don't know. They've dropped my RPM down to the lowest amount possible, 0.01 cents. They routinely, unfairly take down videos, some of which take entire days of research and editing. They don't give me a reason for the removal, just community guidelines. And sometimes they even block me out of the appeals process by just glitching the page. Brother, do you not want me on this app? Every man has his breaking point, and this is all while I have never had a single post taken down on YouTube or Instagram. So the content is not the problem. So, as a form of protest, the only place you will find me for the next few days is YouTube. Man, they're probably gonna take this down too.
Wow. They're doing that to Dylan Page. Just imagine a common man. Shouts to Dylan Page. That is pretty wild.
I think it's like a pivot point in history, and I don't fully understand what it means. It is a totally new way of conducting diplomacy / foreign policy / military action. Like, this is a new thing because Trump didn't dress it up with a lot of lying about democracy or human rights. He's like, no, we want the oil, and like, this guy's bad and we're taking him out and we're going to run it.
We're going to run it, essentially. We're going to have our very large United States oil companies go in and start making money for the country.
No one alive has seen anything like that before in the United States. And that's why I'm saying I think we're, for good or bad, fully in the empire stage of civilizational development. The Republic stage is over.
threat that you're most concerned about is the CCP. Why is that?
We have never faced an adversary with rival economic might that openly talks about surpassing us technologically. That is building ships at a rate of 5 to 1. You could fit every shipyard in the United States inside China's one largest shipyard. That is increasingly challenging us in space. That intends to put a station on the moon by the end of this decade. In 2018, the Chinese launched more into space than us and the rest of the world combined. No other adversary has ever had the ability to challenge us in all of those domains. It's a challenge unlike any we've ever faced. Ultimately, we will prevail. We always have.
It might just be the end of the world, for real this time. The channel that made I Pet Goat 2 just came back with very cryptic messages. You know, the channel that made Doomsday and the Antichrist coming and all that stuff. And all he's ever posted was I Pet Goat 2 until now. He literally just now dropped a series of very short cryptic videos, and they have to do with the very end of this, so it seems. You always say it's the end of the world. Nah, I've not said that since 2012 Mayan Doomsday. But let me show you how crazy this gets, because that same exact video recorded years ago called the strike on Iran, shut up, that just happened. And then right after that, you had this guy doing some sort of Shiva's destruction dance, and then this Antichrist figure comes breaking through the ice, and then something crazy happens. We'll get to that in 1 second. So again, so you get this. In that video, he showed all things that did happen, what would happen, and finally the Antichrist coming out of the ice. And then randomly today, of all days, he just dropped like 5 or 6 videos all showing an icebreaker. Like, are you serious? And his video ended with the Antichrist breaking out of the ice and sailing through the ice. Meanwhile, you have missiles flying around the air. Or we'll say an Antichrist type figure. So watch this pyramid. Right now we're seeing global expansion from country to country. Destroyed. What happened in World War II? World-renowned structures were blown up. Global expansion of U.S. power, maybe other countries get mad. Then what? Maybe the Antichrist, and then war, and then these renowned structures destroyed.
Yo, that cartoon is infamous. If you know, you know. Shout out to the real Moon Henry. Very interesting they would start to post again.
Can you give us one word, one esoteric word? television, telling a vision to your consciousness. If you turn on your television, you click on a program. What does a program do? Program, subconscious programming. On that program is a channel. A channel is a term used for communication with spirits or otherworldly beings when somebody channels something. It's often on these programs are something that is being broadcasted. So when you break down phonetically the term broadcast, it's a broadcast, like someone's casting a spell. You could cast a spell broadly. What is broadcasted? The news. News, N-E-W-S. That's an anagram for north, east, west, south. It is all directions being broadly casted.
Oh, wow.
So just be mindful. Turn on your television.
I regard the United States as the most lawless and dangerous country in the world by far. You cannot believe how much misinformation we get every single day. Because I have advised more than 100 governments around the world, I have seen things with my own eyes. I've seen US CIA coups with my own eyes. Governments lie, but superpowers make super lies. And if you're running the largest war machine in the world, hey, you are going to lie all the time. The entire Iraq war was not because they thought there were weapons of mass destruction. Weapons of mass destruction was the outcome of a focus group inside the Pentagon. How are we going to sell this war to the American people? Who made the decision 2 days ago that ATACMS can shoot deep inside Russia? Another brilliant move. We don't even know if the President of the United States is compos mentis right now. We have a deep state that takes these decisions, not a word of explanation to the American people. It's all lies. And I've seen it all through my life because I've been advisors to prime ministers and to presidents and to central bank governors and to some of the wonderful people on this panel. And I've seen a lot.
That's a wrap. Hope you enjoyed the deep dive. If you enjoyed this video, please consider to give it a like, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Shout outs to all the reactors. Thanks again. Till next time.